Isn't it a pretty planet we are walking on? Just as the very first pictures on Earth, they convey a feeling of responsibility, almost tenderness. It is telling that nearly all the astronauts, when coming back, became environmentalists. Sorry to say, the pictures do not quite show the dire situation of our planet. Not only the environment, but also our societies and the people and all life forms living here is in a critical situation. We know it. Many of us have visited several of the places we see. We read about them almost every day. We live in a globalized world. The good news is that the possibilities to do something about it have increased with the necessity to act. That is why an agenda for global responsibility is needed now. The agenda is at the same time a political program for increased international cooperation, a moral challenge for solidarity with fellow humans, and a competence development program to be able to work in a global context. For the moral challenge, the Berlin initiative called United Body Bears promotes an art of tolerance for all countries in the world. But we need more than that, solidarity or even justice. The agenda needs to include sustainable development and understanding world change. Today we have the international efforts to control climate change, but this have to be expanded. The agenda also needs to include competence in the field of peace and conflict resolution, that is, peace education and international cooperation. The agenda finally should include human rights and skills in democracy development. The task of a genuine and all-embracing global cooperation seems like a very large order, and it is. But there are no alternatives. How can we achieve it? In very general terms, we need less of them and more of we attitude. We have to expand the we way beyond the family, the village and the country to become planetary. It is remarkable that this globalization goes together with a large interest and support for local cultures. The particular traditions, expressions of art, cuisine or nature is even more interesting in the globalized world, perhaps because it becomes more accessible as we travel more. The global agenda is not an agenda for conformity. On the contrary, it is very much an issue of respect for the other and support of diversity, cultural, biological and political diversity. An agenda for global responsibility has so far been promoted by a large number of organizations. We have the intergovernmental ones, such as the United Nations. And there are many voluntary organizations, the NGOs. Some are well known, for example, the Red Cross and Save the Children. Others less well known, but nevertheless they promote efficiently this agenda. LifeLink, which develops cooperation between schools, and GlobeTree are two examples. For almost all of them, it's interesting to see that the work for environment, peace and development come together as one integrated issue. It is time that also schools and universities efficiently add to this work. The world of education has a central role in the agenda for global responsibility.